woman by the name of Katie Helm wanted to join in on the debate on Texas's anti-abortion legislation. So she actually waited 6 hours so she could speak and testify in front of the Texas Senate Committee on Health and Human Services. While she was waiting, she wanted to find a unique way to speak in front of everyone. So she wrote a poem, and the poem's name is "If My Vagina Was a Gun."
Already a win.
Yes. So I actually want to read the poem.
That'll get their attention in Texas.
I know, definitely. So, of course, the reason why she's comparing a vagina and a gun is because when it comes to protecting our Second Amendment rights, we're obsessed with it, right? We're obsessed with making sure that we don't have any regulation when it comes to guns. But when
especially in Texas.
Especially in Texas. So she's trying to make that comparison because when it comes to regulating the vagina, they're all about it. So let's read her poem. She says, "If my vagina was a gun, you would stand for its rights. You would ride on buses and fight all the fights. If my vagina was a gun, you would treat it with care. You wouldn't spill all its secrets because, well, why go there? If my vagina was a gun, you'd say what it holds is private. From cold dead hands we could pry, you surely would riot. If my vagina was a gun, its rights would all be protected, no matter the body count or the children affected. If my vagina was a gun, I could bypass security, concealed carry laws would ensure I'd have impunity. If my vagina was a gun, I wouldn't have to beg you. I could hunt this great land and do all the things men do."
Damn.
But my vagina is not a gun. It is a mightier thing, with a voice that rings true, making lawmakers' ears ring. Vaginas are not delicate, they are muscular and magic.
Damn.
That made me kind of uncomfortable.
It did, but yeah, but it's fun.
Muscular and magic.
Indeed.
Stop messing with mine with legislation that's tragic. My vagina's here to demand from the source. Listen to the voices of thousands or feel their full force.
I'm not sure I wouldn't mind feeling the full force of the vagina.
Well, they are muscular and mightier.
Magical.
Magic, yeah.
Right.
Muscular and magic.
No, but by the way, I think that was actually a pretty good poem.
That was a great poem.
Yeah, that was nicely done. That's better than 98% of rap songs.
So some interesting things about Katie Helm. She has 2 daughters. However, she's a lesbian and she's sterile. So she's saying that this is not for her, this is to protect the rights of her daughters. And I love her quote. She said the following: "I wanted to first appeal to their sense of personal liberty, which we feel strongly about here in Texas. Second, the best way to make a conservative white man feel uncomfortable is to say the word vagina, so I said it over and over again."
Who doesn't love Katie?
I know.
Well, all the conservatives in Texas.
I know.
Right?
Can you imagine like the conservative white males like shaking and shuddering every time she said the word vagina?
Well, we covered the story of the woman who mentioned chlamydia of the eye, and they threw her out of the session.
Right.
You know, they were so freaked out. Oh my God, she said chlamydia! Other favorite lines from the poem: the idea of ripping somebody's vagina from their cold dead hands. I don't know how that works, but it was an interesting image. And then she talked about how if it was a gun, she'd want to hunt it with this great land. So the idea of hunting this great land with her vagina was a fascinating concept, but it is muscular and magic, so it might work like.
Oh my God.
And then you remember from Game of Thrones, there was the Vag monster, right?
Yes, the vagina demon.
Yeah.
I remember.
If you had a demon in your vagina, the guys in Texas might be in favor of it. They're like, oh yeah, that kills things? Yeah, I like that. Oh, okay, then we'll protect that one. Okay. Well, it creates life. Oh, no, we don't know. I want to get into that and regulate it, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Isn't it amazing? I mean, look at the ultimate point she's making, which is so smart. Like the thing that destroys life, right? For these pro-life guys, right? Like they're like, don't ever touch it, don't regulate it. It would be a destruction of liberty if you touched an object that's not a part of me, that's not a part of humanity. And in fact, oftentimes literally destroys humanity, right? But if I can regulate and I can get into and I can, do it in all manners invasive into your actual personhood, your body, your most intimate parts. To regulate that is perfectly fine, but you can't regulate a gun. It's absurd on its face, and she did it brilliantly with the poem. Here, Katie Helm.
Yeah.
Here.
Yes.
Go across the great land, hunting with your great muscular magic vagina.
Get it, girl.
Get it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead,
and touch it.